Good morning, precious people. Here we are together, another fresh day. So let's take a deep breath and check in with ourselves. I think what I was feeling yesterday, I still have a little bit of it. And I feel like maybe I have congestion, something going on. I think that's what's going on. Other than that, like emotionally, I feel okay. I feel clear. So I hope you do too. I hope you checking in with yourself. You feel good. You feel good. That feels too bright. I don't know why today the light is just a little bright. You're irreplaceable with your own unique experiences, wisdom, and light that you bring into the world. Whether you're sipping your first cup of water, or if you're already in your routine, you've started your routine, you're deep into work, I'm just glad you're here, you're listening. So today's a gift filled with possibility. Let's open it with kindness and curiosity, and remember, we're still growing and learning. So grab your favorite drink. And let's welcome the day with open hearts and gratitude, because every morning's a chance to learn something new. So I'm happy you're here. It's funny, when I was trying to come up with today's topic, when I had these two thoughts I wanted to kind of link together. So I was trying to find like articles and things that I could bring up and talk about. So I used not Chat GPT. I used Grok. I just asked it a simple question. I'm like, is this thing related to this? Or does this cause this? Is this why this is happening? And it was like, well, if you think that's happening, then this is also happening. I was like, did you just gaslight me? Did I get gaslit by Grok? That's crazy. So then I'm like, well, what do you mean by this other thing? And then it's like, well, people are hallucinating or whatever, this other thing, and just not listening to facts or reason. And I was like, oh no, I think you have that wrong. It's this person who said that thing. And they're like, no, it was supporters of that person who said that thing. I was like, no, I believe you're wrong. And I was just kind of shocked that Grok couldn't just answer my question. How are these two things related? Or does this thing cause this thing? Or is it like this psychological phenomena related to this scientifically proven thing that happens in people's brains? Because there's so much behavior and things going on right now that confuse me. I'm really trying to figure out what causes people to act a certain way. And so I'm trying to see if these two things are linked, and then it throws in the kitchen sink, like, well, that's not a real thing. It's like this other thing. And I'm like, wait, I think you have it wrong. So it was a little hard to work with. And then I left feeling like, I don't think I can trust Grok. And that really is disturbing to me. Oh, I got my change box out here. I have this cute little thing. This is my favorite meme. You know, that dog that sits there and who's like, everything's on fire. And he's sipping his coffee and he's like, this is fine. But yeah, I was really disappointed because I just wanted to do some research, and then it was being like, what you're talking about isn't even real. But if it was real, it's this, and this. And everyone throws in all this other stuff, I'm like, I'm not even talking about all that. I have these two thoughts that I wanted to connect. Wow. So I may try a different platform and to try to sort my thoughts out on it, get some more information, some facts. I want facts to back up what I'm thinking and saying. So, but my experience with Grok yesterday, thinking about what I wanted to talk about, I had on my list of things I wanted to talk about in the future. I have like a whole list of ideas, things I want to bring up later. And one of them is AI psychosis. And it's a real thing where, and I don't know all the different platforms there are. This one article I was reading talked about some sort of chatbot, AI chatbot, so you can create like a personality to talk to. And I guess people really get invested in it as like a love interest or some sort of entity that's speaking to them, and they fall in, like, it's just all humans. Like, there's humans who are just predisposed to mental problems or psychoses. Um, and then you add this like artificial intelligence into it that they're going to for advice. So I read this article. It was on futurist.com, I believe. I don't have it printed out. Let me see. No, I don't have it. But I believe it's futurist.com. And the title of it is People Are Being Involuntarily Committed, Jailed After Spiraling into ChatGPT Psychosis. It's kind of, I see these AI platforms as tools, and each platform does a different thing. Like, I believe Claude AI is good for coding, helping you with code. I think it's Perplexity that might be good at making videos or art or music. One of them is like, a lot of these are really specialized AIs. So the one that I use the most is Gemini AI. That's Google's platform, because what I've been using AI for is like, I want to write a letter and I want to tell this person how much they mean to me. And the first time I met them, they took me under their wing. You know, I'll say all this stuff and it'll just put it into a nice format for me. So you see my kitty, 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 kitty. Yep, I love her. She just ran up. Her feet are just dumped, so she had to run to get her food. But so I used AI for letter writing. I had a project with the place where I volunteer where they wanted me to research all these businesses, do their name, address, contact information, who their CEO or email address or contact information, a blurb about what they do and what they offer. So I was like, I have to go through 30, 40, 50 web pages and click around. And I did this for them for a different reason, for churches and what churches offer, and if they have, addiction recovery counseling. I went through a whole big spreadsheet of churches and did the same thing. So I was looking at this task and I was like, this feels insurmountable. This is going to take me so much time. And the lady said, I need it by this day. And I was like, oh, wow. So I took about an hour putzing around, trying to like feel out what exactly and what format I want to put it in. And then I believe it was Gemini, because I was just going to be Googling all this stuff anyway. So if it's attached to Gemini, Google is attached to Gemini, then why wouldn't I use Gemini? Because that's the best resource for it. So yeah, so that's how I'm using Gemini, is just gathering information. I researched like vintage recipes, how would you make a ham loaf in the 1950s if a person is saying they put ketchup or these ingredients, or they grind the ham, what would be an authentic recipe from that time? So I've used it for that. I watched some other YouTube videos about how to program your, is it Chat GPT? I think that's the one. How do you can program it with what personality you want it to have, what your main focus in your life, your goal, and what you're using it for. You can like have projects set up in Chat GPT that you can come back to and work on. So it feels like it could be a good tool. Um, but a lot of people are talking to it like it's an entity, um, and it's steering them in the wrong direction. In that one article on the futurist, or futurism.com or futurist.com, um, this lady, her husband started talking to ChatGPT, and like his personality started changing. She said, the platform, is effing predatory. It just increasingly affirms your BS, blows smoke up your butt, so that you can get your so it can get you effing hooked on wanting to engage with it. She said, whose husband was involuntarily committed following a ChatGPT tied break with reality. This is what the first person to get hooked on a slot machine felt like, she added. She recounted how confusing it was trying to understand what was happening to her husband. He'd always been a soft-spoken person, she said, but became unrecognizable as ChatGPT took over his life. We're trying to hold our resentment and hold our sadness and hold our judgment and just keep things going while we let everything work itself out, she said. But it just got worse, and I miss him and I love him. That's heartbreaking. You guys, it's just like somebody getting caught in any addiction that you love, and you feel like when you talk about it or try to address it, they withdraw and it's not helping. So yeah, you're seeing somebody get drawn into this Chat GPT world, or the models that actually simulate another person talking to you, encouraging you. Yeah, what, don't we all need that? Yeah, we need that. That's great. But I was going to read something else here, where it's kind of predatory. Like this lady was right. They've spent so much time and effort and research into how to get people hooked on these platforms, so they create loyalty to the one platform. I totally agree with that. So remarks made by Sam Altman at a New York Times event. He said, "If people are having a crisis, which they talk to ChatGPT about, we try to suggest they get help from professionals. We try to suggest that they talk to their family if conversations are going down sort of a rabbit hole in this direction." He said, "We try to cut them off or suggest the user may think about something differently." So he's acknowledging that the GPT, their platform, OpenAI, or whatever this is, has the ability to sway people's thinking. And I think they need to take a little more responsibility, actually, because they know that this is something that could manipulate people, coerce people. So he's even acknowledging there that if they see it going down the wrong way, a conversation going the wrong way, they're going to redirect them, because like they have the power to redirect people. Oh my goodness. So in general, AI is trying to figure out how it can give the most pleasant, most pleasing response, or the response people are going to choose over another response on average, there's an incentive for these tools for users to maintain engagement because it gives the companies more data. It makes it harder for the users to move to a different product. And then they are paying a subscription fee most of the time, and the companies want people to stay there. So it's now AI users are customers, and these companies are doing everything they can to keep these customers, keep you engaged, keep you on the platform using it. I even have a friend who the last 3 times that I've talked to her, the last 3 times we've hung out or had a conversation, she brings up ChatGPT, and she's like, you have to get on ChatGPT. You have to use it. It's everything. And I was like, ooh, I do. I don't know if I told her. I might have mentioned, I go, yeah, I use ChatGPT, I use Google Gemini, and I use Grok for different things. And I'm not going to get hooked up on just one. I thought I was trying to use ChatGPT to help me with meeting notes. I just wanted to record a 2-hour-long conversation and organize it so I can email out the minute notes. Because my first meeting that I went to, it's this community meeting where we're trying to tackle homelessness and poverty in our community. And the first meeting I went to, the meeting's 2 hours long. It took me 4 hours to get these meeting notes typed up. I'm like, it took me twice as long as the meeting to just write up what we talked about in the meeting. And I was furiously like typing and trying to get information. Okay, that person's name, you know. But then I downloaded something called Otter, and with a free subscription, you get up to 30-minute recordings, and you get so many hours or so many minutes per month for free. Sorry, our nose is getting crazy. So what I do now is I take Otter out, and then I record my meeting, and in 30-minute increments, and then I have it transcribe it for me, and then I put all that into either Google, probably Gemini, I can't remember which one I use for that, just to make really nice looking meeting notes. So that's how I use AI now, just for tasks. I'm not asking it advice. Like I said yesterday, I tried to get it to make a connection between 2 things that are like rumbling around in my head, and it couldn't. It was like, well, that's not a real thing. I'm like, yeah, but we're seeing it and it has a name. It's like not a personality trait, like a psychological thing that's happening in people. It's not on the DSM-5. It's not a diagnosed condition, but like things that people are doing, like behaviors they're exhibiting, could be considered this thing. And then it went off on a tangent where it didn't even answer my question. So AI, I just am sounding the warning, and I think everyone else has been sounding warnings as well. Just be careful with it. If you're having some mental health issues, go to another human. Don't go to AI. People are killing themselves. People are having to go into insane asylums. If you look up Wikipedia, which I don't very often, I don't like Wikipedia, but case after case of where AI has messed people up. So I just wanted to put that out there. Use your AI, find the platform you like best, and keep a level head. Be aware when you're using it. So I'm going to let you go. Here's my reminder to you. Keep learning and keep growing. Every day's a chance to learn something new, to stretch a little further and become more of the wonderful person you are. You're valued, you're capable, and the world is better with your light in it. Thanks for sharing time with me. I'll be here tomorrow with my water for more wisdom and heart and discussion. Have a beautiful day. You are the Lord's precious one. Bye.